do you feel about deal analysis?
Good overall. I mean, I can run numbers really, really quick. I feel a lot more confident with just getting to see like a baseline of what some of these contractor bids would look like. So I'm able to ballpark in my head. I think that the true test will be if I have a property. So I thought I had one 2 weeks ago, and there was a whole snafu that you probably saw on the Abilene page with that guy. I was going to have a contractor go out and look at it the day after he lost his piece, but I think that'll be a bigger test for me, is like how far off am I truly on my numbers, and that'll just be kind of a continuous learning process. But
Right.
I mean, overall, your calculators are pretty straightforward, and like I'll get a text or an email from a realtor that says, "Hey, like look at this," and I can run a number really quick.
Yeah.
Just based off of scrolling through some pictures, knowing generally what the rent is in that market, because I've talked to a couple of realtors in both, so. I
Nice.
feel fairly confident, but I think
That's great.
it's all
Yeah, I mean,
hypothetical at this
the
point
best
until
way
I
to
go.
get confident in deal analysis is to analyze deals,
Yeah,
right? And the end of every analysis should be either yes or no. And if it's I don't know, then you got to figure out what is the reason I don't know and get an answer to that. But it really is simpler than you think before you start, right? Then you learn it and you're like, oh, this isn't that bad.
Yeah, no, it's actually, I mean, it's logical. It's either, do my numbers make sense? Am I willing to take X% risk or whatever? Is it worth putting other people's time and my personal brand for sending these folks out there? And then, yes, great, let's go after it. No, move on.
Yeah. Have you found it to be more or less risk than you initially perceived before you got started?
Probably less. I mean, it's like the fear of the unknown, right? You look at the big black hole of, I've never done this before and have no idea. And then you put a process behind it. I'm kind of a process oriented guy. So you put a process behind anything and it kind of makes it seem, it just makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. It minimizes the risk. One of the things I like about it is if you use private money or somebody else's money, for some reason, it seems less risky to me. Right. Because I've got my money kind of in a pool over here that if something catches on fire or goes wrong, I can use it. Instead of like, if I put $100,000 into just buying a property turnkey, I've got $100,000 at risk, even though it's not realistically going to go down more than 10% in a worst case scenario. It's still, it just feels different with me only putting 20% in. But man, I'm glad that's the case. I'm glad that it's getting a little bit simpler and clearer for you.
Yeah, I found a guy that's willing to private lend with me. He'd like to see one under my belt before he goes all in, and I think that's fair and understandable. He's a guy I know personally, so I think that's a totally fair ask, but just that much more eager to get that first one and then keep grinding with it.
Awesome. Well, are you approved for private money yet with the lenders that lend with my students?
I just pulled up your thing and I've got to finish 2 more the modules, so I'm gonna do that this week and then I'll get through.
Awesome, man. Cool. Sweet. That's great. That'll get you over that first or second property, and then you and your buddy can start rolling.